Hey y'all, welcome to Shea Butter Books and thank you for joining me today for this special. Wanted to hop on here really quick because I saw something trending online between booksellers and independent bookstores that I follow where they're hashtag boxed out. So what is boxed out? That is our small local independent bookseller standing up against the big tech giant, which is Amazon. Okay, that is ballsy. But what are they really saying? So here's an example of a post that I saw from Loyalty Bookstores. And with that, when I read the post, and I read the post several times now, it says by the time you read this post, Amazon just got $1.7 million. That is a heck of a lot. So over a course of 2 days, booksellers, independent bookstores have been participating in Boxed Out, and they've been showcasing and telling all their followers, hey, instead of shopping with Amazon, shop indie, shop local, invest in your money into our local business. Am I here for this? Abso-effing-lutely. It just makes the most sense. So I was recently reading something from Writer's Digest, where I believe it was an independent bookseller, wrote to her readers, and in that she said, "Dear reader, when you spend $100 in my bookstore, $73 goes back to the community. When you spend $100 to a major tech giant, example like Amazon, only $43 go back to the community." It's not even half going back to the community. It's $43. And that was in 2015. Imagine what it is now 5 years later. So with that, and personally too, I think that I've already shared in my trailer the reason I wanted to start this and being a part of the pandemic and why I wanted to do this, but I feel that if it wasn't for finding and discovering these independent booksellers and finding out how they're all very much unique in their unique presence online, I feel like I would have been so lost in terms of what books to really get into, their recommendations, and just having their stories and being able to interact with them one-on-one really meant a lot to me and really kind of kept me going during this pandemic, especially when things were very much dismal. For example, East City Bookshop in DC, they're a woman-owned bookstore. They've been there for a few years, and what inspired this woman to start this bookstore is because there wasn't a bookstore in her neighborhood, and she wanted to be able to give back. She wanted to be able to start something and create a community. Once she did that, she then is creating jobs. She is creating a reading community. Bookstores typically, they want you to be able to empower you to create. Busboys and Poets is a prime example of that, where they want you to speak up, raise your voice, get on and they give you this platform. They're this event hub where poets can come and speak about the state of the world. East City Bookshop as well, every Friday, I think it's pretty cool, they'll have a little thing on their Instagram where they're saying, hey, where do you want to go? And here's a book to recommend to you. Or what movie did you just watch? And we'll recommend the book for you. What a cool way to interact with your community where an algorithm can't do that for you. So that's an example, right? Charm City Books, bless their heart, I love them. The owners used to be my neighbors, and I can't wait to hike on over to Baltimore, once things kind of calm down. So Charm City Books, in the height of the pandemic, they were creating care packages for their local hospital by having customers essentially participate in this pay forward, essentially we give you X amount of dollars to pay forward for this, and then it goes towards X, Y, and Z. So they created care packages to hospital workers, sending them a book or a little note, because for these nurses and doctors that don't have, didn't have any time to themselves and away from their family, to be able to have a moment to decompress. That was not only very thoughtful, but that is something, again, Amazon cannot do that, because they can't appeal to every community, right? Only your community can do that, can really give back in that kind of way. Not only did they do that, but they also had a program where they were raising money they're pretty much matching a contribution. If the customer has spent X amount of money on a book, then they'll then match that and then donate X amount to a book, to a set of books to a school. And they ended up reaching their goal. So not only did they directly impact the community by giving care packages to a local hospital, but they also gave back directly to a school. So these are different ways, and I've listed Busboys and Poets, East City Bookshop, Charm City Books, 3 different bookstores that I know of personally that gave back in the community in this kind of way. Not only are they giving back, they're creating jobs. If you spend your money locally, then it's being invested locally as well. So I don't want to get too preachy. I feel like at the end of the day, there's a balance, right? But you can definitely count on me to be anti-Amazon when it comes to my books. And I love you, family, but don't you dare buy me a book from Amazon. There's so many different places like independent bookstores that we can support. So long live the bookshop. And if you're wondering, how can I support a local bookstore, or how can I find local businesses? There's this amazing tool called Google, but I've already did the research for you when it comes to independent bookstores. You can find links down here below in the description. You can find your local bookstore by going to indiebound.org. You can also go to bookshop.org, where they give a charitable amount to local independent bookstores. You can also check out BINC, which is also another charitable organization. So I have all the links down here for you, and they're in every one of my videos because I am very much pro independent bookstore. So I don't have many videos now, but there's going to be a lot of independent bookstore highlights where we get into the nitty and gritty of their unique flavor into their community and what they may be doing to give back to their community and how they impact their community. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. Love to have you again next time. You can follow me on Shay Butter Shay. And again, thank you for joining me for today's session. Tell me how you feel and what you think. Prime Day, did it get boxed out? Pro Amazon, pro bookstores? You tell me. Again, thank you. Take care.